The equation is simple for West Ham. They must win tonight. Otherwise, we depart the Europa League, we depart European football and rely on league position to re-embark on any further European expeditions next season. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Our biggest game of the season. We've left ourselves with it all to do after a complacent and rather lacklustre performance last week over in Germany. Moyes must rally his men in this early evening fixture against SC Freiburg. It's the last 16. We've done it once before in the Europa League. We've overcame a 1-goal deficit against Seville in the second leg, and we must do it again against Freiburg tonight. Their tactics are going to be simple. They're going to try and protect that 1-goal lead, and we've got to carve them open early and try and reinforce our authority back onto this game. This is a huge occasion. This is a huge game for West Ham, and the stature of it speaks for itself. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. This is the match build-up show. We're expecting team lineups any second now. They could release them any time. It's European football, so when they do come out, we will bring them to you right here on West Ham Unofficial. I'm delighted to say I've got a guest joining me live from the London Stadium. It's a big game, and I've pulled out the big guns for it. Phil, how are you, mate?
Hello, how are you, Jake? Live outside the ground and the chemical casies as well. It's the best place I could find to sit down. Yeah, I'm all good here. It's a bit windy. I don't know if you can pick that up on the microphone at the moment, but somewhere in the distance I can hear a massive group of German football fans. I can hear them, but I can't see them, but they are loud.
Fair enough. Is the atmosphere building around there in terms of West Ham? I mean, this is a big occasion. We're, an hour and 15 until kick-off nearly now. There's not going to be many people there tonight, is there?
No, I mean, it's not heaving as such, but a few people with their kids and everything, but, I mean, don't really look that busy from here, does it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can see from here, but...
It's a ghost town.
It is a little bit. I mean, obviously, I'm not on the main entrance bit here, but we'll give it another half an hour or so, and I can sort of judge it through that, really. Yeah, especially 5 minutes before kickoff. See all the empty seats.
For sure, absolutely. You know, we need to get it bouncing in there this evening. This is a huge game, as I've just illustrated there, Phil. This is massive. Doesn't get much bigger than this. The equation, as I said, is simple. We must win, and we must win well tonight. How are you feeling? You nervous?
No, I'm not. No, I wouldn't say I'm nervous, really. Look, we've been here before, like you said, a couple of years ago against Sevilla. You know, we was down in the first leg, but even then, I had enough confidence that we could do something. And I know it's a different time now, and I don't feel as confident as I used to with our team, but I feel like we've got enough in the bag to get something tonight. So as long as everyone is willing to work for each other and get this job done, hopefully it should be a nice, easy one, but who knows? Anything can happen.
Yeah, I do think this could be far from simple this evening. Listen, the stage is set inside the London Stadium. There's the little archway the player's going to walk through with the Europa League, which just makes it that bit more real. And yeah, I mean, we're seasoned. We're seasoned and we're experienced in these situations now in European football. You know, we were all a little bit unaware of how all these things worked a couple of years ago when we took on Seville, and I think the expectations were probably a lot lower than what they are now, which may add an extra incentive onto this because we're expected tonight. You know, we're at home. Yes, we've got a 1-goal deficit, but the expectation from the majority of football fans is probably that we go through tonight. We've got to turn up because, I mean, if we play like we did the first half against Burnley and various other games in the last couple of months, we are going to struggle. We've got to just stamp our authority on this early, Phil, because otherwise that's going to reflect on the crowd, the atmosphere, and the whole occasion.
Yeah, 100%. So it's really, really vital that we just go out there early doors. If we can get the first goal in early enough, then hopefully they should all follow after that. So if we can just get that burden out of there straight away, then that'd be good. Because look, if we one mistake and they make it 1-0 and then obviously 2-0 on aggregate, then it's just going to make a bigger dampener for the whole game.
Yeah.
And I can't be dealing with that.
I have got some breaking news that I'm hearing according to sources, that Mikel Antonio comes in to the side this evening. He's dropping a midfielder, David Moyes, and Mikel Antonio is coming into the side. That's not confirmed before. Tonight, Ward-Prowse dropping down to the bench. We will get official confirmation of that in the next couple of seconds. We're expecting to see that lineup. Who knows what time they'll release it? It's Europe. Anything can happen in that sense. Phil is showing dedication to the cause. It started raining in East London. Phil, I respect it, my friend. Last time you were at London Stadium Live, didn't it absolutely chuck it down? Go and get yourself underneath a cover, Phil. Go, run.
What happened last time when it went down the back of my neck?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do.
That was when it was thunder and lightning. Do you
Yeah.
know what? It's been a really nice day in London today. It was 16 degrees earlier. That's the warmest day of the year. The moment I sit down here, it starts raining.
Just the way, innit?
Can't believe that. Yeah.
Let's see who's joining us in the chat. Ryan had a big up, nervous for the game. And by the way, this kickoff time was a complete and utter joke with no regard for the fans in what is the biggest game of the season. It's difficult to disagree with that, isn't it? You know, it's a really infuriating kickoff time, and that just sums up the television companies and the sort of perspective and outlet that the UEFA and whoever have on fans, because it's just no good tonight. What will the final attendance be? Anything over 50,000 tonight will be a bonus, in my opinion. I don't think there'll be much more than that inside the London Stadium tonight. The starting lineup has been released, and that report was correct. Mikel Antonio comes back in to the starting lineup after a period of absence on the bench, and of course out on injury. And obviously he must have really impressed David Moyes against Burnley in the cameo he had. And this is your starting lineup for tonight's game. It's up on your screen now. Fabianski returns as the cup keeper in goal. Sufelt, Zuma, Mavropanos, Emerson doesn't make it. Aaron Creswell starts at left back. It's Alvarez and Souček alongside Paqueta in midfield. I'd expect in that number 10 role. Would you put Kudus on one side, Bowen on the other, and Antonio through the middle? Or I think they might fluctuate around Bowen and Antonio. I think they might switch around a little bit. I'm not sure on that sense, but that is the lineup. What have you got there? A sort of a
4-2-3-1. I'd say
4-2-3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Alvarez and Souček alongside each other. Paqueta, Kudus, Bowen as that front three, and then Antonio up on his own. That's what I think that'll be.
Yeah, no, I think you're probably right there, for sure. Have you seen any programme sellers around, Phil? I think it's just the orange on the programme today, I think.
I've seen a few programme sellers. That one guy there, he's all there on his own.
Let's have a look. Let's zoom in, shall we? Oh, not that one. Hang on, I pressed the wrong button. There we go. That's the button I wanted.
Yeah, once he's got out of the way. There's one, he's getting himself a little cell. Yeah, I can see that. It looks orange.
Yeah. There we go. That is. I tell you what, it does look quite empty, Phil. I can't lie. It's just over an hour until kickoff.
Yeah, believe it. I can see all the Freiburg fans all being escorted over towards the away end.
Can you get them on camera? Where are they?
I can't even see them now. They're
Can't
sort
see
of behind the
there,
trees.
are they?
Yeah, they're behind the trees. Don't know if you can see the sirens. They're being escorted over.
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, good stuff. There we go. That's the SC Freiburg fans descending on the London Stadium then. Let's take some more of your comments. I'm afraid the crowd will be affected by the kickoff time. Harry Redknapp's horse has just won at Cheltenham. Very good.
Not bad.
Shake him up, Harry has just won. And he was rather amused on the post-race press conference. He was quite amused by it. Ryan says, very bold line. Ward-Prowse should not be on the bench. He's the biggest creative threat. Let's have a look at the bench actually and see who has made the cut. Areola, Knightbridge, Ogbonna, Agurd, Ings, Johnson, Phillips, Ward-Prowse, Mubama, Earthy, Orford, Casey. So there's no Emerson on the bench. There is a lot of youngsters in there, isn't there? Attacking outlets, you've got Ings, and that's about it. Mubama, I'm struggling after that. And then the youngsters, I mean, that's what we've got, Phil. It's not fantastic at all. This starting lineup need to do it tonight.
Well, I don't even know who Knightsbridge is. Other than it's a tube station next to Harrods.
It's a place. Yeah.
It's very, very, very weak. I know we've had injuries and all that, but even though we normally you'd expect about 3 or 4 youngsters in here, but that is he's looking very weak. But look, Ward-Prowse, he's started pretty much every game since he's joined us. So if he can come off the bench and make an impact, that'd be good. Same with Phillips. Give him some European games time. And hopefully Ings can come off the bench and create something, and then we can all have him again.
Fingers crossed, yeah. The more you walk, Phil, the more you're entering like a tsunami of wins that's starting to come through.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just every element's going on here. It sort of stopped raining, but now you're just getting a bit of wind. All the blue sky's gone as well. It's a
Absolutely.
shame. Yeah.
There we go. Mike's just sent a video, actually. I think it's of the Freiburg fans. It is. Mike's just sent a video of the Freiburg fans descending down on the London Stadium. Oh, there they all are. I'm going to upload that to the channel right now. There they all are. Thank you very much, Mike, for that. Honestly, I'm multitasking now. I'm trying to talk, present, upload, and do everything else at once, but I'm here. Brawl records. If we can get the Antonio that played against Seville 2 years ago, then we will win the game. What do you think about the inclusion of Mikel Antonio? I think that's a bold move and an attacking more than anything move from David Moyes. It's progressive. We've got 4 of those attacking players on the pitch tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've had we've been very critical of Antonio quite a lot, and I know he's had that injury and he's back. And for a long time, said he'd be good as an impact sub, but if he's fresh and fit, then it'd be good to give him a start every once in a while. And a game like this would be perfect, because they probably won't be expecting a player like him. So if we can get him back to his very best just for tonight, then that'd be good omens, I'll say. Got the front attacking 3 behind him as well. So look, anything can happen. Absolutely. And I think he can do something.
Yeah, and the thing you've got with Mikel Antonio is we all sort of presume that he's reverted back to being that super sub. He's come into this game today to start in a huge game. My only concern is he hasn't played a hell of a lot of football, and he's being chucked into the deep end of a very volatile, and it's going to be, obviously it's a massively important game tonight. I hope he can step up and he can really give Moyes a headache here and just give Freiburg a threat and give them something to think about that they didn't have to think about last week. We were very one-dimensional in Germany last week. Mikel Antonio separates us away from that. He gives us that outlet, that strength, that prowess up front that I'm afraid Jared Bowen just doesn't offer. Bowen's a better footballer, but Mikel Antonio offers that thing or that element that I think we've just been missing.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you just got to look at Bowen. The best that he does is when he's on the right and when he cuts in. When he was just stuck out there on his own, he was never the same player, was he? So I think it's Antonio, he can do something a lot better when he's up there. And then there's people who can deliver the balls to him. He's got a powerful header on him as well. So it's a case of just going all out attack times 2. You've got 4 attacking players, as we said earlier. They can all do something. They've all got their own individual strengths and qualities there.
Absolutely, yeah. Are you quite shocked by the rather bold move from David Moyes? We don't see this very often when he sort of shifts things from the norm, as it were. And because of the stature and the size of this game and the importance of it tonight, I'm actually pleasantly surprised that he's done that, to be honest.
Yeah, I was expecting a couple of changes. I was probably expecting Danny Ings to start, to be honest with you. Yeah. But I think Antonio, sometimes you almost forget about Antonio now, especially where he was out for such a long time. But make the most of these starts, mate, because it probably won't be that many. But unless he pulls something out of the bag tonight, gets himself a hat trick.
Sorry to say, Ward-Prowse has been absolutely abysmal recently. He deserves to be dropped. It is difficult to disagree with that. 4-2-3-1 says Michael. I think that's probably what Moyes is targeting here. Ward-Prowse always dangerous on set pieces, regardless of how poor he's been. Yeah, he is, but I think Antonio's warranted that start. Either him or Ings had to play today, and he's chosen Antonio, which I don't mind. But it also offers Danny Ings off the bench if needed, if we are struggling, Phil.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, if he does do that, hopefully it ain't too late on into the game. Hopefully, even depending on how the game is, give it about maybe 20 minutes to go, chuck him on, and then see what happens. Then you've got a different type of threat there. Yeah,
for sure. He just gives us that extra incentive. A couple of irons are being banded around the London Stadium there. Things we love to see. It does sound a bit windy. It's calmed down a bit though, Phil. It's calmed down a bit.
yeah, it's not too bad at the moment, but I can see in the distance, you know, when you see like the things which move around,
Yeah.
the what's it called?
Flags.
The flags. That's it. You can sort of see him doing that with the wind movement, but sort of stopped the wind now, but it's starting to rain again, which ain't good.
Yeah, for sure. Robert had a little bet on Harry's horse. There we go. Michael says, need Bambi in beast mode to bully their defenders. Look at the alliteration of B there. Need Bambi in beast mode to bully their defenders. I like it, Michael. Very good. And completely unintentional, of course. Ryan says, Antonio needs to show the quality tonight. We all know he has. It's a really big opportunity for Mikel Antonio. You know, you may have thought that his West Ham career was dwindling out into nothing. Well, not nothing, because he's left his mark. He's, you know, West Ham's top Premier League goal scorer. But to the extent of his, you know, sort of coming to the end of his West Ham career, this is a huge opportunity that's been given to him tonight by David Moyes. He had Antonio or Ings. He's chosen Antonio. He has Ings as that extra outlet. So we'll talk about Aaron Creswell coming in at left back, Phil. We discussed on the preview shows at length potentially Ben Johnson coming into the side, but he's opted for Aaron Creswell. Your thoughts on that?
He's got the experience. He's not the player he once was, but he has shown in times where he can perform. And it's always seems to be every time you think he's finished, towards the end of the season, he'll come back and he'll start having a good run of form. Obviously, we've got no choice but to put him there because he's obviously the natural left back, other than Emerson. Obviously, like Ben Johnson's done all right since he's come back into the squad, but he's played all around everywhere. So I would have liked to have seen him play personally, but hopefully Creswell can do the job, roll back the years.
Yeah. I don't want to tempt fate or be negative in any way, but I just get visions of Aaron Creswell starting in a Europa League knockout game against a German side. It's given me the strongest deja vu to Frankfurt, but hopefully nothing of the sort tonight. And the less we notice Creswell, the better tonight, I think, Phil. If he can stay under the radar, do his job, and not be recognised as doing anything particularly wrong, then he does his job to the best of his ability tonight. We know the limitations of Aaron Creswell. We're aware of that, and we are weakened without Emerson. That goes without saying, but let's just hope Creswell can roll back the years tonight and could just put in that solid performance that can get us through, and hopefully Emerson is nearing his return.
Yeah, I mean, I completely forgot about Creswell getting Frankfurt there, but yeah, I'm sure he wants to put all them demons to bed anyway. So yeah, like you say, if he has a quiet game, does his job, if he can get back to the best, get back to those early crosses that you used to be good at, then I'll be happy.
For sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, if he can get some good whippage on some of them crosses, maybe that's something we've been lacking. Ward-Prowse offers a very good ball into the box, but so does Creswell. Maybe Creswell coming in, he's obviously going to go into corner and free kick and crossing duty on that left-hand side. So maybe that's almost helped Moyes with his selection of dropping Ward-Prowse as well, because Creswell can assist with those crosses. I'm not sure, maybe that was the thought behind his thinking. But overall, when I look at that lineup tonight, Phil, I say no excuses. If we don't win this game, I'm sorry, no excuses. We must win. We should win. We need to win.
Yep, it's a good enough squad to do the job. You said it, you've got 4 attacking players there. They can all do something. Souček, as hit and miss as he can be, he can always just run in there at the far post and get his head on it or get a toe on something. Same with the defenders. So look, they know they've got a lot of work to do tonight. So just step up straight away, early doors, get a goal in there, and then hopefully it'll be a lot easier and a lot more relaxing.
Yeah, absolutely. Atmosphere rising around the London Stadium. Oh yeah, Bowen made the England squad. Saw that a little earlier on. Phillips has been dropped, thankfully, for the England squad. I mean, why would he even get in there? I don't know why why Southgate was even asked about him. I do not know, but yeah, Bowen. Hopefully that should give him a lift tonight, Phil. We need our big players to turn up on big occasions like this, and no better than Jarrod Bowen, hot off of an England call-up. He should be buoyant tonight, Jarrod Bowen.
Yeah, look, it's always great to get an England call-up, so that'll do his confidence a world of good. So hopefully he can prove his worth and get a decent performance out there tonight to show that he's worthy of starting for England on a regular basis.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see who else is joining us in the chat. Where did I get to? Miss Hammer, thanks for joining us. Just popped on. Strong, good lineup. Come on, you Irons. Absolutely. Moyes won't pick players who won't sign contracts. That's in relation to Johnson, I presume. Yeah, well, maybe that is the case. I don't know. We'll have to see that whether anything develops from Johnson in that sense. Bit apprehensive about Creswell, but hope his experience shines through and he doesn't make any silly errors. Oh, yes. What he says, Creswell does all right on set pieces and corners, but maybe we won't miss James approach. Yeah, that was my thinking, really. When I really sort of thought about that properly, maybe that's helped and developed Moyes' reasoning behind that. Creswell is a top pro and does a solid job for you, so I'm happy to see him in. Fair enough. George says Ings saved Moyes against Burnley and deserves to start. Oh, it's go on, Phil.
No, not so.
But,
my voice ain't that good when it's in front of strangers.
Is it not? Oh, I see. Okay.
No.
Right. Look, he could only factor in one of Ings and Antonio, and if he'd have put none of them in, then there'd be criticisms. He's put Antonio in, and as long as we see Ings, if we're trading the game at some point, then look, Moyes was asked, can you fit Antonio Ings and the front three in there? And he's like, well, no, I can't. So we sort of let the cat out of the bag a little bit there to say he was going to just start one of them. He started Antonio. If it goes right, fantastic. If it doesn't, then we can pile our criticisms on. And believe me, I'll be the first one to do so. Meatballs and pasta fatigue. Phil, have you developed any scrannage from the London Stadium? What are you going to be having?
No, I don't fancy having anything over here at the moment. It's expensive for what it is. Yeah. Obviously, it's not their fault, but I'm gonna. Do you remember that hot pot thing I was showing you in that video the other day?
Oh yeah.
The self cooking one. I'm gonna have that when I get in.
Very good. There we go. Michael says I'm going 1-0 and 1-0 in extra time. Souček a diving header, still contending. 3-1 West Ham. Bowen should be starting regularly for England. True, but Southgate loves Saka too much. What's wrong with Ings and Antonio together? Listen, I'd love to see that, but I think we've got to remember who our manager is here. He can't start Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, Ings, and Antonio all in the same side. I mean, Moyes wouldn't comprehend that at all, would he, in his presser yesterday? So look, it wasn't a shock when I didn't see both of them. I'm quite thankful to see one of them there, to be honest with you, because he could have easily went three in midfield and the normal front three, but he has gone a little bit more outside the box tonight. And as long as we see Ings and he's used as an impact sub, then hopefully we can get the best out of everybody. Because trying to fit this puzzle together, Moyes hasn't done it perfectly because he hasn't got Ings in there as well. But he's chucked one of them in, which I'm going to take at the moment. So yeah, look, it is what it is. Andy says hi everyone. Good luck for tonight. 2-0 Hammers. I'm hoping. So Phil, a prediction?
I'm going to go for a solid 2-0 win for us.
I like it. Is that 1-0 in 90 and then 1-0 in extra time, or are we doing it all in 90 minutes?
All in 90 minutes.
I admire the confidence. I said last night 1-0 in 90 minutes and then 1-0 in extra time, the same as what we did against Sevilla back a couple of years ago in the last 16 of this same competition. I think it's going to be 1-0 inside the 90 minutes, Bowen with a goal, and then maybe a Kudus goal in extra time to seal the deal and send us through. Just a word on Freiburg, Phil. They're going to be protective of their lead tonight, and we've got to be switched on to that fact and not get too aggravated by the inevitable time wasting that's going to come. We've got to counteract that by scoring goals tonight.
100%. Like I said, get in there early, get a first goal in there, control the game, just play the best we can, and just wind them up. Basically, they want to do the time wasting, more for them, because we can get as many goals as we want, and then we'll do the time wasting and see how they like it.
Buoyant from Phil. I like it. There we go. Phil, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your evening. Thank you very much indeed for popping on.
No worries. It's good to have me on again. Get all the irons out here. Irons.
Thank you, Phil. Irons.
Cheers. Irons.
There we go. Oh. Oh, lucky you. There was Phil live from the London Stadium. Right, I'll wrap things up now. Get your final predictions into the chat. That was good to get some insight live outside the London Stadium there from Phil. Thank you very much for him for coming on. Let's get your final comments for the TV. I'm going to Ajax versus Villa tonight. Good luck in that one. It's 0-0 currently, isn't it? For the first leg, so good luck on that. Unless he makes substitutions, we will lose on penalties after extra time. I think he will make subs. I mean, he was proactive on Sunday against Burnley, which pleasantly surprised me after the dismal display in the first half. And yeah, I'm gaining some confidence. That lineup has risen me up a little bit. I was a little bit, but then that lineup, seeing Antonio in there alongside the front three, I like it. And I think we're going to win. As I said, 2-0 over 120 minutes of football. And hopefully we can just grind it out and get through to the next round. Get ourselves in that pot. I don't know when the draw is. Is it tomorrow? I'm not entirely sure. But let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the task in hand. And that's beating Freiburg. It's frustrating them by getting them to come out by scoring goals. That's the only way we're going to do that, is by scoring a goal to get things back on level terms, which then means Freiburg have to come out and play football. They can't just sit in because they haven't got a lead to protect. If we score early, that needs to be the first port of call, scoring early. If we do that, then we can settle down a little bit more and just focus on scoring another goal to get us through and book our spot in the next round. I'm gaining some confidence somehow. I'm not sure how. I'm gaining some confidence. I'm looking forward to this one. We are less than 50 minutes away from kickoff at the London Stadium. Let's make this a cauldron tonight. Let's get the bowl bouncing in East London and let's send ourselves through to the quarterfinals yet again of another European competition. It's a big night. This is what we've done it for. This is why we do it. It's all about tonight, and it's going to come down to the wire, and hopefully West Ham can go through, and then we can book our spot and we can get us another European tour. If it's just one more left, that would be satisfactory, but we need one more. Come on, we need one more, and let's do that by winning tonight. It's simple. As I said, the equation is simple. Score goals, win the football match. Don't focus on anything else. Don't focus on what Freiburg do. Don't focus on any other factor. Focus on ourselves. We have the quality. We can beat these lot tonight. They weren't very good last week, and albeit neither were we. But I know we have the ability and the power to class them tonight, and that's just what we need to do. We need to turn up, and more importantly, we need to turn up as well as putting the ball in the back of the net. We've got to be clinical with our chances. It may be a game where very few chances come our way. We've got to take them when we get them. Key moments mean key finishes and key goals, hopefully, for West Ham. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Less than 50 minutes away from kickoff. Oh, come on, West Ham, do the business tonight. I'll rejoin you at 7:45 for an instant match reaction where hopefully I'm smiling and not ranting. And hopefully West Ham are through to the next round. Come on, you Irons, and I'll see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Please, West Ham, I don't care how you do it. Just do the business tonight. Thanks for in the chat. I'll see you later on. Come on, you Irons, and bye-bye.